Everything looked double, and my right eye was basically useless. Honestly, I was pretty panicked.
Up to that moment, he'd been untouchable. 18 fights, 18 wins, faces crushed, belts collected, and never a mark left on his own.
He said in an interview it was his first time he's ever clinched in his life in boxing. You made the monster clinch for the first time.
Naoya Inoue finally meets the man who could hand him his first career loss. For years, Inoue has destroyed champion after champion, earning the nickname The Monster. But now, a dangerous opponent is being discussed: the relentless pressure fighter Brandon Figueroa. A fighter known for overwhelming opponents with volume, toughness, and brutal body shots. So the question is, could Brandon Figueroa be the man who finally beats Naoya Inoue? Brandon Figueroa isn't your typical boxer, standing nearly 5 feet 9 inches with an extremely long reach for the division. He uses his size to suffocate opponents in the ring. Instead of fighting from distance, Figueroa does something unusual. He walks forward non-stop, throwing punches in huge numbers, sometimes over 100 punches per round. His style is chaotic, but incredibly effective. Opponents slowly break under the pressure. When Figueroa fights, he turns the ring into a war zone. He attacks with relentless body shots, brutal inside combinations, constant pressure that never stops. Many fighters simply cannot handle the pace. Look at what he did to champions like Luis Neri. That fight was an absolute war, punches flying every second. But Figueroa kept pushing forward until the final bell, proving his insane durability. And against Mark Magsayo, Figueroa once again showed how dangerous his pressure can be. Round after round, the punches kept coming. His opponents don't just lose, they get worn down and broken mentally. But then there's Naoya Inoue, a fighter many believe is the most dangerous boxer in the world today. Inoue has knocked out elite champions like Stephen Fulton, Nonito Donaire, Marlon Tapales. His speed, his timing, his devastating power. It's why they call him the Monster. But Figueroa presents something very different. Instead of trying to outbox Inoue, he would likely drag him into a brutal inside war. Could this be Inoue's first loss? If this fight ever happens, it could become one of the most explosive battles in boxing. Figueroa's pressure versus Inoue's power. Volume versus precision. Relentless aggression versus elite counterpunching. If Figueroa can survive the early rounds and force Inoue into a long, exhausting fight, the unthinkable might happen. The monster could finally fall. But if Inoue lands one of his perfectly timed bombs, the fight could end instantly. So what do you think? Could Brandon Figueroa become the first man to defeat Naoya Inoue? Or will the monster once again prove why he is one of the most feared fighters in boxing? One thing is certain. If comment below, who wins, Inoue or Figueroa?
Combate con todo, se va la lona, la zurda que lo hace retroceder, pero vean la valentía hacia el frente y con gran brío, bien aprovechando. Que es... ¡Opa! Y ya lo tiene, echa para atrás y no se cae por las
Martínez busca, pero como lo señala Octavio Meirán,
golpe.
Y es...
Le entran todas. Pero bueno, ya está bien.
Todo tipo de golpes, pero no puede aprender a Iván. Ahora lo baja con una derecha, le tira todavía.
What if the unstoppable Naoya Inoue finally met a fighter who could break his dominance? A warrior with terrifying pressure, brutal body shots, and legendary knockout power. That man is Isaac Cruz. The same fighter who shocked the world with his relentless aggression and iron chin. But the big question is, could Isaac Pitbull Cruz hand Naoya Inoue his first loss? Naoya Inoue isn't just a champion, he's called the Monster for a reason. With lightning speed, devastating punching power, and perfect timing, Inoue has destroyed elite fighters across multiple divisions. Fighters who stepped into the ring confident, left the ring broken, knocked out, or completely dominated. His combination of speed plus precision plus power has made him one of the most feared boxers in the world. Many experts even consider him one of the best pound-for-pound fighters alive. But every monster eventually meets a hunter. Isaac Cruz fights like a man possessed. He doesn't just box, he hunts. Nicknamed Pitbull, Cruz is known for relentless forward pressure, brutal body punches, and insane durability. He proved this when he fought Gervonta Davis, pushing the superstar to the absolute limit. Most fighters back away from punches. Cruz walks straight through them, and once he gets inside, the damage begins. Here's the scary part. Cruz's fighting style could create serious problems for Inoue. Inoue is a master technician, but Isaac Cruz is chaos. He closes distance quickly, throws explosive hooks, and targets the body with devastating power. If Cruz traps Inoue on the ropes and forces a close-range war, things could get very dangerous. Because Cruz doesn't stop coming. Round after round, pressure after pressure. Isaac Cruz's power is not just hype. When he lands clean, fighters feel it immediately. His compact hooks generate massive force, especially to the body. Even elite fighters slow down after taking those shots. If Cruz lands one perfectly timed hook, it could change the entire fight. And suddenly, the impossible question becomes real. Could the monster fall? But defeating Naoya Inoue is one of the hardest tasks in boxing. Inoue has elite ring IQ, explosive counters, and devastating knockout power. He punishes mistakes instantly. So if Cruz rushes in recklessly, he could walk straight into one of Inoue's deadly counterpunches. And when Inoue lands clean, the fight often ends quickly. This clash would be pure violence. Naoya Inoue. On the other, the relentless Isaac Pitbull Cruz. If these two warriors ever shared the ring, boxing fans might witness one of the most explosive fights in modern boxing history. And who knows, maybe the Pitbull could do the unthinkable, hand the monster his first loss. Who do you think would win this fight? The monster Naoya Inoue or the Pitbull Isaac Cruz? Comment below and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more boxing stories and fight breakdowns.